Ramon, we're about to see unprecedented strikes in the country. But I can guarantee you no one's going to know, because the public sector do fuck all anyway. So, this is news that apparently the public sector is about to go on a big, huge strike. Obviously, they haven't seen the country suffer enough, and they thought, we know exactly what will make everybody happy. Let's piss them off even more by doing even less work. I mean, what else would work? What's your view, Ramon?
Well, basically, the civil servants are revolting again, and they have been for quite a while. So, yeah, every year there's a public service strike. South Africa is out of money. The ANC has blown it all on Gucci handbags and cattle and whatever else they buy. So, therefore, there's no more money for the civil servants, which are arguably one of the highest paid classes of workers in the country, and the public sector unions are very pissed off about that. So what they want to do is they want a 8% hike in their wages. According to SAFTU, the government has offered 3%, but the workers have definitely rejected that. So now uh, they have no chance or no other recourse other than to strike, which is the only
Yeah.
thing they actually are good at.
Yeah, now we all have to remind ourselves that the public union is one of those unions that go out there every single year and say we want more and more and more money. And every single year, the government promises in their annual liar fest, also known as the budget, where they basically tell everybody, don't worry, we won't offer the public sector any more money because we don't actually have it. And every year, the public sector says they'll go on strike. And every year, the ministers who are worried that they'll somehow lose their voting bloc, also known as the civil service, they go on there and they renegade on their liar fest, known as the budget, and actually give the very funds they purport not to have in terms of a pay increase. So, for those of you who are watching, you can see here very clearly that NAMSU is actually demanding a 12% pay increase. And yeah, that's not going to happen. And obviously, the other unions are asking for 8%. But everybody's being told that they can basically afford between 1.5% and 3%. Now, for those of us in the private sector, they haven't seen a pay rise in like forever. You may be asking yourself, what exactly does the civil service do to warrant such funds? And all I can say is, don't look at me, man. I'm just as clueless as you are. Like, I don't know. What do you think, Ramon?
Yeah, so I don't want to be flippant and say that, all civil servants are useless. There are some good ones out there. Both of us know cops who do good work, who try their best, who haven't had a pay increase in 3 to 4 years, and they are actually suffering because of that. So I think, we mustn't be overtly hostile to this sort of thing, but we need to understand South Africa has no money, right? No money whatsoever. We have a junk status on our credit score. There's
We
just
don't have electricity, mate. We don't have electricity.
yeah, like the cupboard's bare. Like I'm not too sure this can be solved through a strike because when the strike happens, we won't even realize half the civil servants aren't there because they're not there anyway. And B, every time there has been a strike in the past, those glory days are over, right? Before they used to shut down whole cities and highways and whatever
Now
you
everyone
want.
doesn't give a shit.
Now, like, no one gives a fuck at all. I'm sorry to say. Remember they had the national shutdown like 3 months ago, and no one even noticed there was a national shutdown. It's the same people here who want to do these strikes, SAFTU, and all the other unions. I
I
don't
think
see
it's
it
funny
happening.
when they say they're going to have a national strike as if anybody gives a shit. I mean, a national strike works when you have a country of law and order where nobody ever sees any form of civil strife. And the idea of somebody marching down the road in disunion or burning tires is like, what the fuck? Like, then you might be like, oh, okay, yeah, then, oh, national strike, oh, scary stuff. But when you live in like a country where strife and burning of tires and people marching down the road and looting stores is just like Tuesday, then to be honest, like, what the fuck is a national strike gonna do? Like, to be honest,
Yeah.
it just sounds like walk into the local shop. It doesn't sound like anything scary. So, I mean, in reality,
Yeah.
what it actually means is you're not going to get your home affairs or your license thing processed because there's going to be no one there. But let's be honest, man, you didn't expect to get processed anyway because even when they are there, they do fuck all. So, are you really going to notice?
Yeah, it's not like the phones won't be answered on the day. Like they're not answered any day at all. Like if you phone the police and there's no answer, you wouldn't know whether it was a strike day or a non-strike day. It's just the status quo of calling the police. So, I mean, in the past, the unions had much more power, but now they're only negotiating with one entity, which is the government.
Who
That
don't give a
government is
shit?
out of money, who can't keep the lights on, and who are shedding votes left, right, and center. Do you think they care at all that the alliance partner wants more money? I sincerely doubt it. I mean, they will try probably kick the can down the road and get a 5% increase or some bullshit like that. Then next year it'll start all over again.
I love how these unions talk though. And everybody in the audience, just please understand. We've said this to you so many times. I'm begging you, please just understand. The government hates you. I mean, look how these unions talk. This is the government's alliance partners. The lack of increase has had a negative impact on workers' lives because the costs are rising and salaries have stayed the same. And what the fuck do you think happens in the private sector, you fucking numpty? What happens then when people can't afford to pay shit because it keeps going up and they don't have government bailouts every second and they actually have to make a profit? Like, how about there? Yeah, that must suck. And then when you actually have to have electricity in order to generate a product, in order to sell said product, to pay your wages. Yeah, you don't have that, do you? No, because you can run a department at a loss. And when you run it at a loss, you just go, Treasury, give us some more money. And when Treasury goes, we got no money, they go, just tax the Wati some more. Like, the Wati will give us more money. Like, the government hates you, man. It is, we've said it before, I said again. The government is illegitimate. It is not a legitimate government. It is illegitimate.
And these unions as well, by the way. They're the only unions that actually exist in any meaningful way is because they are public sector unions. That's it. Like all the other unions, by and large, don't do much. Like they used to be much stronger in the past. So I don't know. At the end of the day, do I actually give a shit? No. Let's be
Nope,
honest. So this whole video has been quite pointless.
absolutely. Because honestly, I don't think anybody's going to notice anyway. They're going to go, they're on strike. What's that mean? Well, you can't phone home office. And you're like, I couldn't anyway, mate. Oh, well, you
Yeah.
can't get your driver's license. What, you mean the one that I can't get anyway because the machine is broken because somebody didn't pay a supplier? Oh, that sounds like a normal day. And what, you're going to go, there's some people marching down the road burning tires. Well, yeah, that's like an ordinary drive to work, isn't it? So,
Yes. Yes. Oh, the police haven't answered their phones. Oh, that happens every single day. It's like, yeah. Anyway, that's the end of the story. I got nothing more to say because I really don't care. And that will be the title of this video. Thanks for watching.
absolutely. Cheers.